Hi, I'm Allison Orms, and I am currently a freshman at Dalton State College, and I'm going to be studying nursing. I really enjoy listening to music. I occasionally skateboard, and I love hanging out with my friends and family. I guess I could say that one of my biggest experiences with God, or my biggest God moment, as some people call it, would be when my father got into his first semi-truck accident. My dad has been a truck driver for really as long as I can remember. I do remember him having a job prior to that, but he's been a truck driver for a very long time. I remember him having multiple trucking jobs, so he has switched companies a few times. He'd always been a really faithful truck driver too. So he'd always get things done when he needed to. He's a hard worker. And so when I found out he was in a truck accident, I was really confused, honestly, because nothing like this had really ever happened with him. I've never heard of him getting into any serious accident that could have possibly been because he just wasn't careful enough, so I was confused. I remember I was actually at my friend's house. I had spent the night at her house previous to the accident. So the accident happened at roughly maybe 4 a.m. or something about like that, and so I of course was dead asleep when it happened at my friend's house. And so at about 6 a.m. The hospital called my mother. And so my mother came and picked me up from my friend's house early that morning, much earlier than I had expected. And when my friend's mom woke me up, she said, "Allison, you need to go downstairs, your mom is here, go as quickly as you can." And so I was really scared because I had no idea what they were about to tell me. And so I went downstairs, and my mom, I could tell, she kind of had some, tear stains on her face, as to be expected. And so she told me what happened. And the only thing the hospital told her was, Steve is his name, Steve Orms. Steve is on life support. He was airlifted this morning to Vanderbilt University Hospital, and he's in the trauma unit. That's all we knew, and they said, "You need to get here as soon as you possibly can." So we assumed, he's gonna die. His life's gonna be taken from us, and that's what we believed. And they even told us that whoever, is in charge of deciding, things for him, which was my brother at the time, needed to be there as well. Which of course scared us out of our minds, because that sounded like, if he is to die, we need to know exactly what we're gonna do. And so that's why my brother had to be there. And so he came from Savannah. And, but once again, I just had to turn everything to God, because he's the only person that could give me, because all the humans involved were freaking out. I mean, as to be expected. Like my mom, my brother, my friends even, and me, of course, were going crazy. And so God is the only one that could keep me calm. Like, any sense of calmness I had definitely came from him. It was a really rough experience for everybody that was involved. Really emotional and taxing. We didn't think that my father was actually going to make it out alive, but thank God he did. But anyways, during his stay at the hospital, which lasted roughly 6 weeks in total, of course I had my family and friends there for me who were supporting me throughout the whole thing, but I think everybody could agree that humans can't give you everything that you need during really, really rough situations. And during this whole experience, I really, really felt God's comfort. And I had never experienced in the way that I did during the situation. And I will forever be thankful for that, because now I know that I can fall on Him whenever I'm struggling and whenever I'm going through a really rough patch in my life. I can just turn to Him, because I know that He gives me the comfort and the guidance that I need that humans fail to give.